What we're going to do with this video is show you how to create a reference model for any AI generated images you wish to create. Now we're going to use Whisk, and we're going to kill two birds with one stone here. One of the questions I've always been asked is, well, how can I just generate an image and use the same personal model over and over and over again, and maybe just change the clothes they're wearing or they're posing or whatever? Very simple. When you open Whisk, on the left hand side you've got reference pictures and sections for reference pictures, something for subjects, something for scenes, and something for style. Now the subject, that can be a person, it can be a car, it can be anything like that. The scene can be inside, outside, at a library, whatever you want that backdrop to be. And the style area is where you go in and decide whether you want it to be photorealistic or cartoon or a painting style or an illustration or whatever. What we're going to do with tonight, we're going to deal with two things. Number one, we're going to deal with creating a model that you can use over and over again in different settings. Then we're going to show how you can go in with any image and remove the background completely and have it look nice and clean. So the first thing we're going to do is the subject area. This is the reference for the subject. We've got two things. We can enter the text or we can upload an image. So if you want to take a picture of yourself to use as the model, you just upload the image right here. Now we're not going to do that right now. We're going to go in and create our own image. So we're going to click on the text and it says generate the image, and you'll see right here in the center it says enter your language, your image generation prompt. So let's say man in his mid 50s wearing a white, let's change that to a blue t-shirt. We're going to go with that. And then we're going to type generate. Now you can be as specific as you want. In fact, the more specific you are, the better the image will be. Now, as you can see over here, now we've got a subject. It's a man in a blue shirt. Let's go ahead and click on this lower left corner. This icon is where you can go in and refine the image that you've just created. As you can see, it's a male in his 50s wearing a blue shirt. And there's the prompt that we used. Now, the first thing was that we wanted to create an image. And we just did. So if I actually wanted to go back in and say, use this image, and I'm going to say, man sitting on a dock by the bay. And that's all I'm doing. That's the only thing I'm saying is I want to take a picture of this man and have him sitting on the dock by the bay. Now I can go in and change the different aspect ratios. I'm going to leave it at 16.9. Now we just hit generate. Now you'll see it creates two images at once. So you'll have, it's like going to the eye doctor. Do you like number one or number two? Which looks better, number one or number two? And as you can see, number one, and I'm using a touch screen so I can actually zoom in on that, we did not have his legs or what he was wearing in our initial prompt. Same thing over here. You can see he's in a different pose, but it is the same individual. So that's the first thing you can do, is you can come over and create a subject. and then use that subject, that reference, to create an image. Now, the second thing that people ask me about, how do I get rid of the background? Because I want to have just the picture of the man or the model, whatever the subject is. I want to have it as a clean, basically like a transparent image. Okay. Easiest way to do that is to come back into the subject reference and now click on the refine. And when you do this, I'm going to say remove the background. That's all we've typed. Remove the background. And we will click on the generate. And what it's going to do now is it's going to go in and remove the background. And there it is, both of them. And you can see they're very clean and clear. What you're seeing around the shirt, it's not the jaggies. That's the underside of the collar of the shirt that looks like that. And the other one is the same way. The difference is this is a bright white. This is a grayish. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this white one with the white background, and now I can simply click on the exit key, and this is my reference now. So now if I come down with the same facial model, the same model that looks the exact same features that we have now removed the background from, I'm going to say man sitting in Times Square. And now I'm going to enter and let the AI do the stuff again. And what it's going to do is it's going to take this reference image, that's going to be the man, and now he's sitting in Times Square right there. It just took the man from the transparent background and put it in here. And again, you can look at this and you can see he's sitting down on the block. Now, is this Times Square? I can't say. If you wanted to be precise about it, you could use an image of Times Square as the scene reference. So now I've got this. So if this is the one I want to use, I'm going to mark that as my favorite. And then I'm going to come up here to refine. And now I can have change the scene to noon with snow falling. Okay, so all I'm doing is I'm taking this image and saying, this is the one I want to refine. I like what he looks like there. I like everything. I like the place that's the background. Now I just want to change it to where it's noon and it's snowing. And I can do this over and over and over until I get the image like I want it using that character. The only thing to keep in mind, this did not change it to midday. So instead of just using this image, I'm going to reuse this prompt, and then I'm going to delete this image and start from here. And instead of having snow falling, I'll have rain falling. And it will go in again using that base image, and it will change it to hopefully a shot at noon with rain falling. Now, while it's doing this, I just want to point out, I am creating these images using a Chromebook. So you don't have to have a really fancy computer. You can use Chromebook, PC, Mac, you can use an iPhone, you can use an Android phone, you can use an iPad or an Android tablet. Now, this didn't look the way I wanted it to. It's more of a noon time, but I don't like the umbrella there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this image as my base now and say remove the umbrella. And boom, it's going to go through and do that. The great thing about this program using Whisk, you can generate these models, these images that you're going to go back and use over and over again. And then you can save it. See, the umbrella is gone now. And it's not really raining heavy. But you can use it over and over again, or if you've created something and you want somebody to take a look at it and see if it's what they were imagining, you can actually share this, and it will share all the information about this that they can then use and open up in Google Whisk themselves and make any changes if they want. So to keep it all in mind, to generate an image, you simply, and you can have multiple images in here. You would simply click on the plus. You can either upload an image or you can enter the text for the image. Then you can create the scene with this image as the character. Now, we'll do one more real quick. On this one, I'm going to say female with long brown hair, glasses, and a business suit. And I will generate that. And if I wanted to, now there's our lady right here. So I can go in here and say, you know what? I think I'd really rather have red hair. So now we're going to go in and wait for it to change her hair color to red. And when it comes up, you'll have two choices, just like you did when you were generating the image itself. And you go, do I like one or do I like two? So here's the first one. And you can see the red hair. And this one is maybe a tad darker, deeper red. So you get what you, let's go ahead and leave that one. Let's make her Irish. Change her to a Kelly green suit. And now we'll do that. And we're basing it off of the image that we picked with red hair, not with the original, but with the red hair. It's that simple to change everything that you want. And as you can see, the first one now has her in a green business suit. And this is maybe a little bit lighter of a green. Let's go with this one. And now let's have it change the background to an old Irish pub. And again, all we're doing is taking what we're seeing and saying, I don't like that in a business setting. Let's put it in like a pub. Or let's put it in a park. Or let's put it anywhere, in a library. Now here's the pub. Same girl, same suit, nothing has changed except the background. You'll notice this one has two people and the taps are on the left. On this one, the people are on the right and the taps are on the left. And again, just to show you how easy this is, I'm going to go ahead and say, remove the background, and enter that. And in just a second, we will have a model standing there in a portrait shot with red hair, a Kelly green business suit, and a transparent background, either white or gray, whichever is your preference. And whichever one you want to use, then you can simply go in, and there are your two models. If I wanted to generate man and woman walking through Central Park on a sunny spring afternoon. Because I've got both of these checked, they're going to be the model for the male and the female. And now, all I'm going to do is let it do its magic. Again, you can save these and come back in and edit them later. You can download them and use them. You can use them in blogs, publications, whatever, and not have to worry about violating copyright or Creative Commons use restrictions. And again, same two people. One's a wider shot than the other. So we'll click on this one and zoom in, and that really gives you a photorealistic image of these two people. And if I want them looking at the camera, now when I do it this way, it is going to change this, and it will never be the same, which is why you just want to go in and refine. But I just want to do this real quick. We can go back at some point if we wanted to use that one again and just refine that image. We can do that. And now they are looking straight at the camera. And again, they've got a smile on their face. Everything is fine. So those are the two things that we've gone over now in Whisk. Number one, how to generate your own model. Number two, how to remove the background from an image of a person that has the background behind them. I hope this has been helpful to you.